Live your life with zero expectations. This is one of the most transformative lessons that I've ever learned. And if you've been following me for a while, you know that it's something that I repeat time and time again. So in this video, we're going to be talking all about expectations, how it's one of the leading causes of unhappiness, and we're going to get a little bit personal here. This video is going to be kind of different from all my other ones, so make sure that you stick around and you keep watching. Hi YouTube, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Pichardo and I'm a certified transformational coach. And on this channel, we talk all about life, health, career, habit change, everything you want to know to get unstuck and grow in your life. So if this is something that you think you'd enjoy, make sure that you subscribe to my channel and you join the family. So guys, I'm so excited to be filming this video today, a little bit nervous as well about talking about this topic of expectations. I actually feel like it's really fitting for this video because it's my 10th video, so I'm excited about that. I started this channel a little over 2 months ago, and to be totally honest with you, I definitely expected to be much further along on this channel by the time I got to my 10th video. The past couple of weeks, I've been reflecting a lot on this channel and how it's been doing since it's not, where I thought it'd be, and debating if I should continue doing this thing, YouTube, wondering if people are even interested in this and the topics that I'm going over. It takes a lot of effort and a lot of time to come up with these topics and create talking points and filming and editing and posting. I mean, it just takes a lot of effort just to be consistent week after week. And I mean, I literally got to a point where I burnt out trying to keep up with everything. YouTube, my coaching business. I also work a 9-to-5, being there for friends and family. And now as we enter the holiday season, don't even get me started with the amount of extracurriculars that I have planned. But I share all of this because I don't know about you, but I didn't expect it to really be this difficult to juggle multiple projects. I've done it before many times in the past, so, why would I expect this time to be any different? But, in the past, I wasn't trying to build a business or build a brand, and life looked very different before. So the amount of stress, the type of stress that I had, it was different. And though I didn't really think about this before I started this channel, that's okay, because if I would have focused on the what ifs, I may have never started. But, that's a whole other topic for another video. But going back to my expectations on this channel and managing my time, since things haven't turned out the way that I expected them to be, I noticed that I started to become unhappy with myself and everything that I've produced so far. But this lesson of, living your life with zero expectations is something that, and I'm not exaggerating, I constantly remind myself over and over again, because we can set expectations on things subconsciously, at times, and that can lead us to become unhappy with ourselves and our efforts. And that's exactly what I noticed that I was doing with this. Subconsciously, we create expectations on how our life should be going and how projects should come out, how relationships that we have with several individuals, how those should be going. We literally have endless expectations. And if you really just take a moment, really just pause here and just think about all the different expectations that you have about your life. Go ahead, pause. I will wait. I will be here. Okay. I really hope that you actually did pause and you thought about it. So now that you have, your list of expectations that you thought about, they can be ones that you've created, and they can also be ones that were put on you. But when you think about these expectations and then you think about the areas where you're unhappy, does your unhappiness and your expectations overlap? I'm sure they do. And I'm sure that one of the reasons you're unhappy with that area of your life is because things are not turning out the way that you expected them to go. Your expectations, they can play a really big role in your unhappiness, but they can also play a small one. but most of the time, your expectations is a contributor to your unhappiness. When I first started creating these videos, I was excited. I enjoyed it. It was fun. I loved the creative process. I loved the editing process. There was so much about all of this that was just fun. And of course, when you have something new, it's shiny and everything is just great, right? But then as I kept going and publishing video after video and not getting the numbers that I expected, the light started to dim on my excitement, and everything that felt fun now started to feel like a chore. It felt like something that I had to do versus something that I've been wanting to do for several years, may I add. But here I am on my 10th video, thinking back on my expectations, thinking back on that excitement and the joy that I had and where I expected to be and how I was expected to be feeling. And I find myself unhappy. I expected by this point that I would at least have 100 subscribers, or, maybe have one video that had like triple digits in the views. But, that's not my case. But then, I had to remind myself that I needed to let go of my expectations. I needed to let go of every expectation that I had for this channel and remind myself of my intentions. And this is key to not letting your expectations control how you feel or how you view your own efforts. So I started to remind myself of what my intention was for this channel. Reminding myself, what was the reason for starting this? Why did I even want to become a YouTuber? And why did I choose to do videos on these topics, on coaching? My intention was that I wanted to make an impact. I've always wanted to help as many people as possible and create change, positive change in people's lives. And aside from coaching, one-on-one, I felt like creating a YouTube channel was the next best thing. Creating a YouTube channel, it would allow me to impact more than one person's life at a time. And I could cover topics that I knew a lot of people were interested in, and cover topics that I knew a lot of people struggle with. And potentially I could create a positive impact on their lives, on your life. And that is my intention. That's why I started this channel. And thinking about this, my intention, it reignites my flame. It reignites the excitement and the passion and the drive that I first had when thinking about creating this YouTube channel. And now going back again, to the lesson that I learned to live your life with zero expectations, I ended up adding a second part to that lesson, to live your life with intention. So if I let go of the expectations that I have with this channel and instead live my life with intention and remind myself of what those intentions are, no matter how many views I get or how many subscribers I have, my intention is always going to remain the same. And it's to help as many people as possible. And if there's just one person who's watching this video, if it's you, if it's one person's life that I've impacted positively, then I've fulfilled my intention. And because this is a topic that I've been passionate about for quite some time, expectations, unhappiness, what creates happiness, I've actually created a new saying from all of these lessons that I've learned from this new part that I added. And it's to set your intentions with zero expectations. And this is now what I constantly remind myself to do. And I want to thank my subscribers, thank who's watching this right now, people who continue to come back and watch my videos week after week, new viewers, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my video and listen to my content, because I do put in a lot of work and effort behind every single video. And there's so much passion and thought behind all of them. So I really want to thank you. And I want to take this moment to remind you to do the same. If you take anything from this video, it's to learn from this experience and my lessons and reflect on your life and reflect where you have expectations and where they may be leading you to disappointment, where they may be leading to unhappiness. And think about all the joy that you could have, the little to no stress you could have in your life if you just let go of your expectations. Give thanks. and be grateful for how far you've come along and the people that are supporting you, the lessons that you've learned, the good and the bad. And just remind yourself why you even started. Hold on to that. Hold on to that intention, live by that intention, and let go of everything else. One of my most popular Instagram posts that I have right now is on societal pressures. And I don't really label it or say the word expectations in this video, but it really kind of talks about expectations from society and how we should be living our life, which then leads to pressure and the expectations to get married by the time you're a certain age or have children by this age, discovering who you are, establishing a career, and, bringing in money. There's so many expectations and pressure from society to live a certain way, to look a certain way, to behave a certain way. And subconsciously, again, if we're not living up to those expectations, to those societal pressures, we become unhappy and we feel like we're not good enough. We feel like we still haven't made it. And it's almost as if we brush all of that effort, all of that progress that we've made under the rug. But if you take a moment to reflect and look at all of the progress that you've made, think about your intention behind everything that you do. And again, the people that have been supporting you, the lessons that you've learned, I can guarantee you that you will live your life in a much happier way because you're focusing on the positive that you're getting from everything that you're doing. And I'm a coach, it's almost as if I was hesitant to talk about this because, as I mentioned in the beginning, I was kind of nervous because, I don't want to put on this persona, but it's almost as if because I'm a coach, I'm the expert. I should have my life together. And I'm making this video to show you we're all human. Even though these are topics that I study a lot, that I do research on, that, I spend my time trying to teach others, I am human. I go through the same things that you go through. But I use these methods that I teach in every one of these videos with myself to remind myself to continue going down that path that's going to lead me to my joy, to my happiness, to my purpose. And that is what I'm trying to share here today, where expectations can lead to unhappiness, can lead to disappointment. And it's allowing those ideas of how things should be, or allowing the pressure from society on how you should be, to control how you feel about yourself and your life. So if you didn't do it in the beginning or a few minutes earlier when I asked, take a moment after this video and really think about all the different areas where you're setting expectations. And if that feels difficult, think about the areas where you're unhappy in your life. And then think about if you're unhappy with them because they're not looking the way that you expect them to look, if things are not going the way that you expect them to be. And that can help show you where you're having expectations. But I challenge you to create that list. Look at where your expectations are creating unhappiness and see if you can find your intention behind that project, the intention behind a new job opportunity, the intention behind, changing your lifestyle, if that's moving, if that's changing your diet, whatever it is. Find your intention. Connect with that intention. Maybe your intentions have changed from when you first started it, and maybe there's something else that's motivating you. But find that intention and connect with it. And see if it will help you reframe how you're looking at your life. So if you try that, leave me a comment. Let me know how it goes. This is something that I know is really impactful. It helps me all the time. I mean, before I started this YouTube channel, I watched so many other YouTube channels of YouTubers talking about how difficult it is to become successful on this platform. So I knew this coming in, but I still had different expectations for myself. But they weren't lying. This is not difficult. And I'm glad that I have an intention that's really impactful for me, because just sticking to that, reminding myself about that week after week with these videos that I'm doing, with, the research that I put behind every single one, it helps keep me on track. It helps keep me motivated. And it's, again, numbers, it doesn't matter. If you're a follower, if you're not a follower, if, or a subscriber, should I say, if I'm making a positive influence in your life, that's all that matters to me. So I hope that you're able to do the same. And if you try this out, leave a comment below. Let me know how it goes. And also feel free to reach out to me through Instagram, send me a message, or email me. I would love to learn about your experience and how this turns out. And now that we're getting towards the end of the year, what better time than to reflect on how your life is going and where we can make a much more positive change in it. And there's nothing better than what you can control, because there are a lot of things that, create unhappiness or make us not feel great about certain things, but they're out of our control. And our expectations that we put on ourselves, that's within our control. That's something that you can change. So focus on what you can change, and that's yourself. So what better time to do that now than as we're coming towards the end of the year, so you can start the new year on a better foot. Okay guys, if you've made it this far, thank you again for watching my video. Again, as I've been saying throughout this whole time, I appreciate you taking the time to listen to what I have to say, to share the content that I am sharing. I hope that this was something impactful for you, that it was helpful for you. And, it's not easy to be vulnerable and share how I'm feeling and how things are going for me on this platform. But, I hope that me being vulnerable to people that I don't know, which I hope changed, subscribe, let's chat, let's not be strangers anymore. But I do hope that seeing me be vulnerable empowers you to do something that may be challenging in your life. Everything that is new, it can feel scary in the beginning, but as you keep going, it becomes easier. And that's what I'm trying to do here. I'm really trying to connect with all of you that are watching this, share a little bit of myself while also sharing the tips that I know, the knowledge that I have gained from becoming a coach. So again, thank you so much for watching my video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you give it a thumbs up. If you haven't already, make sure that you subscribe to this channel and you join the family. Until next time, bye. Thank you.